So who has the power in the arts? How powerful are we as the makers, the funders, the commissioners, the programmers, and of course the consumers of art? How might we use the power we have to change, to make change, and what is that change? And we had great presentations from Baden from Open Book, from Moira Sinclair from the Paul Hamlyn Foundation, and Darren Henley from the Arts Council, all of whom were kind of exploring in different ways. Where does the power lie, and how can we use that power to actually make the world a better place?
By 2018, 75% of all of the National Lottery revenue that we invest from Arts Council England will be spent outside of London. But there are still fundamental structural issues around power in the arts, and we have some serious challenges that we are hoping to start to address. What I love about what I've seen and heard this morning at Marmalade's Art and Power event is there's some great provocations about who holds the power in arts and culture, what sort of art and culture we as a funder should be funding, and I think there's a really, really exciting group of people in the room, all of whom have got strong opinions, and getting those together and hearing what people have to say and what they think and what they feel is a really exciting, creative atmosphere.
Hey today, so artists stay! Hey today, so artists stay!
Our obsession with social mobility, as opposed to social equality and economic mobility, has simply led to an institutional environment where working class people of all colours and backgrounds are not allowed to be who they really are.
It's been interesting as well to hear the views of people. There is a sort of acceptance that it needs to be changed, I think. To some extent, there is a vested interest in maintaining the status quo for the people who currently hold the power.
The atmosphere is brilliant. The provocations were really stimulating.
Here we are in our bubble. Is the job to make the bubble bigger and bring more people in, or is the job to burst the bubble?
It's so good to have all these different people in the room, but artists have then used the members of Crisis, and that's created quite an honest, open atmosphere.
Refugee communities settle in Oxford. They are not represented in our cultural heritage, not represented in what we're doing in culture. And we're trying very hard through our partners in the cultural sector to tackle that divide.
We've got the solutions between us. All of us have the solutions. We have to come up with things from different backgrounds with different experiences, and that way we'll find how we can reinvent and how we can be innovative in the arts and cultural world.
It's much more about a set of values and behaviours that translate into action than it is about fulfilling the requirements of a funding application.
I think the question of art and power is entirely relevant to our work. Social justice is a thread which we like to think runs across all of the projects that we fund, and clearly a conversation about who has authority, whose voice is heard in the arts sector, that feels really critical to what we do.
It's a very interactive format. I think that it's great that people from Arts Council England are saying what 20 years ago wouldn't be acceptable.
Art can be especially powerful at achieving social change and achieving change in people. But currently there are lots of decision makers and those who hold money and budgets that perhaps don't agree with it. So I'd like to work out how we can convince those people to commission more art, pay for more art, and see the value of it.